Welcome to Bexley Test 1, Exam Papers Plus, the English section. As you can see here, English test, you have 25 minutes for 25 questions. Let's begin. Play at home. This is on page 5 out of 131. Have this in front of you as you are going along from home. Part 1 of this video, I'm going to read the passage with you. At the top you can see Bexley Practice Test 1, Verbal Skills, English 25 minutes. This is on page 6 and the passage is called The Idle Thoughts of an Idle Fellow. Now, one other strategy is we actually read the questions first and then we read the passage. But because this is my first video, I just want to make sure we read the passage together properly and then we can answer the 13 questions. Let's break the words down. Idle thought. That sounds like lonely. And then here, that idle is also alone, or you're just by yourself. Normally idle means lazy or passive. Now, if all of this is new, just write it down nearby. Don't be lazy, just get a pen now. Lazy, passive, or alone. Okay, next bit. By Jerome. Many years ago when I was a young man, I was taken very ill. I never could see myself. Much was the matter with me except that I had a beastly cold. So beastly means very strong. But I suppose it was something very serious, for the doctor said I should to have come to him a month before, and that if, whatever it was, had gone for another week, he would not have answered for the consequences. Oh gosh. He would not have answered for the consequences. Sounds like the doctor doesn't want to be responsible. Consequences means results. Put it here. Let me make the text smaller. Too big. Beastly. Put very strong. It is an extraordinary thing. Oh yeah, when I'm reading, just to make it quicker, it's like I'm looking at every fifth word. So I look at it, and then I jump to but, and then I jump to doctor, and then yet. It's like my eyes are moving really quickly across the page. This is a nice way to read really fast. It is an extraordinary thing. That means amazing thing. But I never knew a doctor called into any case yet. But what it transpired, which means what happened. That another day's delay would have rendered, which would have led to, rendered a cure hopeless. So you know it's all about leading to, because look at the words before. Consequences, we have results. Transpired, we have happened. So rendered means leads to. Rendered a cure hopeless. Oh dear, sounds like the doctor is saying if one more day happened, then that person might have died. Next bit, our medical guide, philosopher and friend is like the hero in a melodrama. So that sounds like very dramatic. Lots of things happening. Maybe it's quite exciting. Or too exciting. He always comes up upon the scene just, and only just in the nick of time. Sounds like the doctor's the doctor is there just before you get ill, and then he might be able to help you. The doctor can help you just in time. It is providence, that is what it is. So it was going to happen. Fate, destiny. He would have, this doctor would have shown up. Well, as I was saying, I was very ill and was ordered to Buxton for a month. Buxton sounds like a place. I mean, it's also a bottle of water, but Buxton here is a place. So this person went there for a month with strict injunctions. That sounds like rules. Because what else is strict? You see, this word injunction I've never said before, but I can kind of guess it means rules. Put it. If you've got different colours, use it just like I've done. Now, on the real day, you might be underlining the key words. That's another strategy. Whenever you are looking at a passage, whenever there is something key, just underline it, because it could be the answer to a future question. With strict rules to do nothing, whatever, all the while I was there. Rest is what you require, said the doctor. Perfect rest. Not perfect, but to perfect, that means to improve. Make sure you get that right. That is what this doctor is saying. Improve. Get your rest right. Next bit, line 14. It seemed a delightful prospect. That means idea. This man evidently, that means clearly, understands my complaint. said I, and I pictured to myself a glorious time. Oh, okay, so he's going to have a good time in this new place, Buxton. A 4 weeks dolce far niente. What on earth is that? I thought this was an 11 plus paper, not a Greek, not a Latin paper. What is this? Dolce far niente with a dash of illness. So it kind of sounds like he is feeling relaxed. A glorious time, just 4 weeks feeling relaxed. I've never ever seen this before, but that is the skill of comprehension. You're going to read words you've never seen before, but you can still get it. With a dash of illness, that just means a little bit. Just like when you sprinkle onto your food a dash of salt, a dash of sugar, just to give it a bit more flavour. Next bit, not too much illness, but just illness enough. Oh, okay, just sufficient, that means enough, to give it the flavour of suffering and make it poetical. What a strange phrase, but I think overall it just means this is the reason that this person is now in Buxton. So, sounds like the person is ill, but not too ill. But hey, this doctor sent him away to Buxton because he is suffering a bit, and make it poetical. That bit sounds a bit strange to me. Let's move on. So far, I hope you've written all these notes down. If not, just pause the video now. 5 seconds, copy it all. I should get up late, sip chocolate, have my breakfast in slippers and a dressing gown. Oh, sounds like he's on holiday. What is this? You are ill and you are waking up, sipping chocolate and having breakfast in slippers. Yeah, okay, I don't think you're ill, are you? I should lie out in the garden in a hammock. Yeah, you're on holiday. And read sentimental novels. That means novels with a lot of feeling, emotional, put it. A sentimental memory. Maybe you went on holiday and you want to remember the good times. So another really cool word is nostalgic. Nostalgic, a nostalgic moment. Novels, they're just storybooks with a melancholy ending. Yeah, sad. Sadness, but the sadness has a lot of meaning. Maybe there's a bit of happiness inside of it. It's like a happy, sad feeling. Until the books should fall from my listless hand. Now, why are the books falling? Why are the books falling? Because your hand, does it have a lot of energy? No. I think this person has just been reading all day, which sounds like a pretty good day to me. Reading all day and no energy. And then maybe he just goes to bed. I mean, reading this, I forget that this person is ill. And I should recline there. That just means relax. Sit on your chair, leaning back. Just like if you're in the movies, you are leaning back. Relaxed. Dreamily gazing, staring into the deep blue of the firmament. Firmament, that sounds like light bulb, but here it sounds like the sky. A metaphor for representing the light, clear blue sky. Watching the fleecy clouds. That's very interesting language, because what do we know is fleecy? What type of animal? Sheep. If you look among the big white clouds in the sky, they do look like fluffy white sheeps. They look like fluffy white sheep, floating like white sailed ships across its depths, and listening to the joyous song of the birds and the low rustling of the trees. So the trees are making sounds, normal sound the trees make when there's wind. Becoming too weak and to go outdoors, I should sit propped up with pillows at the open window of the ground floor and look something and interesting, so that all the pretty girls would sigh as they pass by. It sounds like this person's on holiday. And twice a day I should go down in a bath chair to the colonnade to drink the waters. So maybe a nice relaxing chair. I bet that could be a question later. Oh, those waters, I knew nothing about them and was rather taken with the idea. Surprised. You're taken aback. Maybe the water's not so good. Drinking the water sounded fashionable and Queen Anne field, and I thought I should like them, but after the first 3 or... Next page. After the first 3 or 4 mornings, Sam Weller's description of them, whoever this dude is, so Sam, he's saying having a taste of warm flat irons. So like you're drinking some warm metal. That doesn't sound too good. Conveys. That means shows. Another word for that is portrays. You're representing some idea. Only a faint idea. Here we go. So faint just means a small idea. It kind of sounds like, it kind of tastes a little bit like metal. Small idea. of their hideous nauseousness. What a strange phrase, but sounds pretty cool to me. They both end in OUS. OUS here. Hideous means disgusting, and nauseousness, you are going to throw up. So put it there. Disgusting, chance to throw up. So you feel like you're going to throw up. So vomiting. If anything could make a sick man get well quickly, it would be the knowledge he must drink a glassful of them every day until he was recovered. That sounds normal to me. If you drink a good amount of water, hopefully that should keep you healthy anyway. Next bit, I drank them for 6 consecutive days. That just means 6 days, one after the other. So imagine if this person starts out drinking water on Monday, they'll be finished by Saturday. And they nearly killed me, oh dear. But after then, I adopted the plan. That means I did it. I took the plan. I used this plan of taking a stiff glass. That sounds like a really big glass, or maybe a glass that doesn't break easily, with brandy and water. So that is alcohol immediately on the top of them. Sounds like he drank some water, made him uncomfortable, so he's trying this mixture with brandy and water and found much relief thereby. There we go, relief. So now he's feeling a lot better. I've been informed, that means told, since by various eminent medical gentlemen. Various means a lot, eminent means famous, well known. Maybe these medical people, they've been doing medicine, they've been practicing medicine for a long time. That the alcohol must have entirely counteracted. That means go against. That is a fantastic word. If you have an illness, you want something to counteract it. Go against. Opposed. It worked. It worked. The effects of chalybeate properties contained in the water. Now, I've never heard of this random word. But hey, they're going to put these random words, and it's up to you just to recognize. It's just a random word. It's just a noun. I'm guessing this is the name of maybe the microbe or the virus inside the water, a chalybeate. Doesn't matter. It's some poison. Put it. These poisonous properties in the water. That's why this dude was ill. I'm glad I was lucky enough to hit upon the right thing. So there we go. We have read this all together. Took about 13 minutes. 13 minutes, I guess. So now, got the rest. We've got to answer these questions now. All right, part 1. This is on page 7. Please answer these questions. Look at the passage again if you need to. Yeah, fair enough. Can't remember everything we just read, but can you see we underlined so much? But also the other strategies, we read the questions first, just read half of them, and then go back. You can choose the best answer and mark the letter on your answer sheet. So please make sure you have your answer sheet in front of you. It's not really about circling an answer. It's about putting a pencil line in the rectangle, and then you hand that rectangle sheet at the end of your 11 plus. That's how they collect these sheets. Question 1. What did Jerome think he had when he went to see the doctor? Okay, I've got my notes here, so then I stop referring back and forth. Let me make this as quick as possible. What did Jerome think when he went to see the doctor? Okay, this was in lines 2 and 3. This is another good tip. Question 1 and 2, I bet they are near the first few lines. I might have told my students this already, but they should be nice because it's just the earlier question, so it's in the earlier lines. This bit. Let's read them. When I was a young man, I was taken very ill. I never could see myself much was the matter with me, except that I had a cold. Oh, great. There we go. So you have a cold. Now we look at the choices. Exceptionally serious illness. No. It's not a really serious. I mean, the guy sounded like he was on holiday. No. You can cross that off, or what I tell my students, you put 0 next to it. We put 1 for whether it can be that, or 0, we are rejecting it. An illness that caught from an animal? Nope. There were no animals mentioned here in the first few lines. Infectious virus, so like a cold, it could be 1. Flu, 1. E, bacterial infection, nope. No parasite, nothing like that. So here we go. So it's one of these options. I'll give you 5 seconds. You can pick one because they're both pretty close. I don't really like it because I think they might have got the medical definition wrong, but they've actually gone with a C. Yeah, they can't say that. Cold and flu, I guess they're pretty close. They've gone with C today because that was in line 2 and 3. Write that next to it. Not the best question. Next. Number 2. How does Jerome portray doctors in the first paragraph? How does he portray them? Let's see. Here. For the doctor said, come month before and then answer the consequences. Extraordinary thing. I knew a doctor called into any case yet. Our medical guide friend is like a hero in a melodrama. That sounded like being a bit too dramatic. I mean, this guy, he just thought he had a cold, and then here, what was it? If I had gone for another week, he would not have answered the consequences because he would have said that he might have died. So that's line 4 and 5 being way too dramatic. If we look at 1 now, in real life, are doctors lifesavers? Yes, you can put 1. Intelligent? Yeah, they are. Theatrical? Yep, that's like dramatic. That's what we said. Emotional? That means they lose control of their emotions, feeling really happy at times, feeling really sad if they let a patient down. 0. Modest? That means not showing off. Imagine if you get 100% in a test, you do not show off. Another cool word for modest is arrogant. Is humble, put it. You do not show off. And the opposite is when you do show off. That is arrogant. I see these words appear all the time. Like every single verbal or English book, it just appears. Arrogant, boastful, you show off. So here we go. What's the answer? A, B, and C. You have 5 seconds. Choose now. The answer is C. Question 3. I never knew a doctor called into any case yet. What type of word is yet? Well, let's get rid of a few that aren't. Noun is just a naming word. Conjunction, connecting 2 different clauses together. It is raining, but I still went outside. That is a conjunction, so I'm not too sure. I'll put 1. Preposition, that is telling you where you are. Up, down, left, right. Forward, behind. That's not really what yet is. 0. Adjective is a describing word. You're not describing anything here. An adverb, maybe. Okay, so pick, have a go. You have 5 seconds. Let's make sure. And the answer today is adverb. So what does adverb mean? Well, it's a word that describes a verb. If we look at this sentence, where's the verb? Called. But when are you being called in? Yet. I never knew a doctor called into any case yet. So it's like we're saying this person never knew a doctor who was going to deal with this situation. Have they ever been called in? Well, not yet. Question 4. Which of the words below means the same as providence? So this means it will happen. Destiny. It will happen. And this is what we wrote when we went through this passage for the first time. Skill, no, put 0. Fate, yeah, that means destiny. Miraculous, that is an adjective. A miracle, an amazing thing to happen. One miracle is that you are still watching this 11 plus video up to this moment. It's gone 21 minutes. You guys are still watching. That is a miracle in itself. Let me know in the comments if you got up to this point. 0. Obvious. No. Staggering. Amazing. Like shocking. Extreme. Really high, really low. No, so there we go. B is the answer. Question 5. What do you think dolce far niente means? What on earth is this? Now, remember this from earlier. Sounds like the person's on a 4-week holiday in Buxton. And dolce far niente sounded like this person is relaxed. Not worrying about anything because maybe the medical team are taking care of this person. The relief of being understood. Sounds like a therapy session, eh? Sounds like you're talking about your problems and the person listening has given you the next few steps. 0. The joy of a good night's sleep. Maybe. Happiness of a holiday. Holiday. That's what I said, but remember, he's not actually on a holiday. It sounds like it. Sounds like he's given a luxury treatment. No. 0. Sweetness of doing nothing. Feeling relaxed. That's what I said before. 1. And the pleasure of being a long way from home. That doesn't matter here. Whether you are really close or really far away, I don't know where this person lives. If we think about Buxton, 0. So there we go. You need to pick your answer. You have 5 seconds. The answer is the sweetness of doing nothing. Question 6. What can we infer from the use of the word dash? Line 16. So I remember this one. It was a dash of food, I think. Let me save myself time. What was it? Dash. Oh, a dash of illness. So it was only a little bit. Okay, only a little bit of illness. But remember, the doctor thought he was more ill than expected. What A is so weird. What do you mean you enjoy being ill? No one enjoys being ill. What kind of comment is that? 0. Jerome felt he would quickly get over. Quickly get over. That's a nice positive attitude. See, if you're not sure, put 1. Jerome was never ill in the first place. No. He was ill, that's why he went to Buxton. D. Jerome felt his illness got worse quickly. There's nothing about speed, really. No. Jerome did not feel ill. 1. So there we go. You have 5 seconds. Pick the answer. The answer is E. Question 7. Which technique, which literary technique, that just means English technique, is not used in the 3rd paragraph? So these questions are really the hardest one, not used. So what I tell my students is, it is okay to skip this question and then you come back at the end. Why? Because you have to check everything. Not used in this paragraph. So we will quickly do it now. So how to make it quicker for you, go to line 24 now. You can pause the video and come back. There's a word here meaning to do with trees, just to describe the sound the trees make. So pause the video now, 5 seconds. What is that word? I will type it very soon. The answer is rustling trees. Because if we look at onomatopoeia, that's just a fancy word for sound words. So here, one of my students wrote boom, bang. These are sound words on the sheet. Now, alliteration. This just means 2 words with same letters just next to each other. And can you quickly go to line 22? 5 seconds. What 2 words are really close to each other that start with the same letter? The answer is fleecy, clouds, floating. Okay, similarly, that means using the words like, and I remember this, comparing with the clouds. So this one I will give you because I need to speed this video up. Clouds are like a white-sailed ship. Repetition. That was, go to line 16 and 17. Quickly read it. 5 seconds. What is the word that is said twice? The answer is illness. So there we go. The answer is E. Personification. None of that here. Just to quickly give you an example, what on earth that is. Personification. That is... The sun smiled at you. The wind laughed at you. These 2 examples I've said countless times to my students. Just think of the weather and maybe it's a cartoon character. It's got human quality. So the noun is here and then the verb is there. So some object is doing something to you. The first one sounds pretty nice. The sun smiling at you as soon as you wake up. Question 8. What is a listless hand? No energy. Which is what I said before. This hand has no energy because I think this person has just been relaxing all day or just been reading the book. So could it be A, hand not doing anything? 1. Injured? No. Hand has nothing to do? 1. Aching? No. Weak? No. So 5 seconds, pick. The answer is A. Nothing to do. Hold on. The answer is, come on. The answer is not doing anything. Right. Because he's been reading books all day, so nothing else to do now. Question 9. Which of the following best describes how Jerome portrays illness in the 3rd paragraph? Go to line 15. In that line, there's a phrase, glorious time. So it looks like he's having a perfect time. Tedious means boring. So put 0 there. Tragic, no. Unsettling means disturbed. Worried, no. Idyllic is perfect and debilitating means weak. So pick what you think the answer is and put the words here. If they're new, write it with me. So the answer is idyllic, is perfect. He's having a glorious time. Question 10. What do you think a bath chair was a forerunner of? That just means the previous step. A forerunner. Looks like he was being wheeled down. Quickly go to line 28 yourself. He's being wheeled down to, I think, go to the ground floor. Mobility scooter. No. Walking frame. No. Not really. Maybe of the older generation, they might need a walking frame to walk around. Bicycle, no. Wheelchair could be. And pram, maybe. So pick. Answer is wheelchair. I just picked pram there just to trick you. Okay, careful. It's nothing to do with pram. That'll be for babies. Question 11. According to Jerome, what could make a sick man get well quickly? Here we need to go for lines 30 to 32 just to help a little bit. I know it says 34, but those lines will help. And I'll give you a big clue because I really need to speed this video up. What should he do with the water? 5 seconds. Lines. Those lines, we don't drink the water because it's not good for you. It tasted a little bit like metal. So A. Benefits of drinking water? No, the water's not good. The desire not to drink it? 1. Plenty of rest? Maybe. Medicinal properties of water? That actually sounds like the water is good for you. No. Determination? That's quite funny. Determination to drink water. I mean, that word is for if you're pushing yourself in a competition. You need determination. Just like you're watching up to this point to pass the 11 plus. 0. So there we go. What's the answer? B. Do not drink that water. It's not good for you. 2 more questions and that is it for today. Well done for watching all the way up to this point. 2 more questions. That's it. Question 12. When did Jerome drink alcohol in Buxton? That was lines 36 to 38. He needed it after drinking the dirty water. Let's see. So, when he was on a night out? No. That means he's on holiday. That's not true. He's ill. Just before drinking the waters? Maybe. At the same time as drinking the waters? Not at the same time, no. Just before bed to help him sleep? No, I don't think that's a good idea. You don't drink alcohol before bed. No, that just keeps you awake. It's like drinking coffee before bed. Some people do that. Have a cup of tea and then good night. Have a double espresso and then good night. That makes no sense. 0. And then here, straight after drinking the waters? 1. So pick B or E. The answer is E. And now 13th final question. Very well for getting all the way up to the end. I mean, this video is way too long, but hey, you've stuck around, you've learned a lot. Question 13. Which word best describes the tone of this extract? The tone. Okay, depressing? No. Not very, very sad. Is it optimistic? Very hopeful? No. Humorous? It can be funny. Yes. Invigorating? Give a bit of life? Maybe. Sleepy? Maybe. I'm just giving options just to make it a bit more difficult for the student. So 5 seconds, have a go, pick. Overall, it's quite funny, this piece. Tick. Invigorating means energetic. If you read this article, if you read this passage, I don't really feel that you feel pumped up. Energetic, no way. Sleepy, it makes you fall asleep. Well, I hope not. And I know you definitely haven't fallen asleep because you've watched all the way until the end. Good stuff. Let's have a look. Very well done for watching all 36 minutes. It is now 13:28 in the afternoon, 1:28 p.m. It is Tuesday, the 25th of June, 2024. Just giving me a chance to look back as to exactly when I made this video. So it's lasted 36 minutes, so I must have shot it going back half an hour, go back 7 minutes, 12:53. So there we go. Thank you so much for watching all the way until the end. I hope you guys have learned a lot. You want to stick around, there are plenty more 11 plus videos for you to get one step closer to passing your exams. Thank you so much. See you next time for another video.